These photos were taken on the 21st of May 2017 in the Winston Nanan Caroni Bird Sanctuary. Just 7 weeks later, 8th of July 2017, I took a visitor kayaking into the sanctuary. This gentleman, a citizen of the USA who lives in Russia, had traveled almost 48 hours to be here with the expectation of seeing for himself the stunning show of our national bird, the scarlet ibis, coming into roost, which he has read about on the internet and in travel books. This is a wildlife spectacle to rival any of the great natural shows on our planet. The sanctuary was dead. Where the ibis? Our only truly international tourist attraction has been decimated. Here's a reality check. This is a lady who's come to visit us all the way from Canada. Can you just repeat for the Minister what you just said?
Well, we brought the whole family out this evening for an experience that we had had ourselves before in years gone by, where the whole tree in front of us and the island was covered in red. It was the most spiritual experience, I guess you could say. And today we've had 7 red birds on this tree. Granted, there's been beautiful other sights, but it's not the same reason we came here. And to me, that's very wonderful.
It is, very. Thank you very much for your comments. Really appreciate it. Just 11 days later, on the 19th of July 2017, the Guardian newspaper reported scarlet ibis sold at 3 for $100. I quote, "Asked what was the selling price of these birds, Nanan said, they're selling it at 3 for $100 to wealthy people who buy it for their wild meat and big shot parties. These are small birds, so you would have to kill a lot." You can see how small the carcasses are in relation to the hands in this video, taken from a Newsday article published 4 years ago in 2013. Now today, 15th of August 2017, in a Facebook post, Senator the Honourable Clarence Rambarat, Minister of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, posted this picture with the comment, "I say no more." Minister, while I appreciate what you meant by that sentiment, it is your job to say more and do more. This is the result of a small, selfish minority in the country who feel that what they want is theirs to take with glorious abandon. And they're right. Laws are not enforced. Fines and penalties are so archaic they are not a deterrent, and those invested with the responsibility to govern sit on their false laurels and spout platitudes about what they're going to do. Minister Rambarat, I refuse to believe that between you, the Minister of National Security and the Coast Guard, you have no power to take emergency action. This is an emergency. The Caroni forms a large section of our coastline that is unprotected. If this is not stopped immediately, the scarlet ibis will not return to their roost in time for the coming cruise ship season. Even now it might be too late, especially as we do not know how many birds have been consumed in the last few months by the selfish minority. It will not just be the season. The effect will last for years. I'm finding it very difficult to stay calm and not get angry about this. So to the ignorant, selfish minority who are encouraging the slaughter of these birds, I want to explain something to you. The Caroni Swamp is a depository for the many lawless activities that take place here. Every roadside mechanic and car wash, every unlicensed chemical process. I could go on listing forever. All the unmanaged effluent that runs into the Caroni ends up in the food chain. The crabs that the scarlet ibis feed on are bottom feeders. They eat organisms that live in the polluted mud. You eat the ibis. You may not get sick today, but I guarantee you that you and your poor children will suffer with health problems down the road. And before you decide to change species and eat something else, they are all feeding in the mud. Remember those beautiful flamingos that were here early in the year that you ate at your wild meat party? Feeding in the mud. Those sitting targets and whimbrels that you shot in the hunting season and call yourself a hunter for having killed? Feeding in the mud. Enjoy your next wild meat feast. Minister Rambarat, let me show you how beautiful our country is as I sum up. You have an emergency on your hands. It's not just tall guys like me who will suffer. It will not be long before visitors leave reviews on the internet about the lack of scarlet ibis in the sanctuary. The boatmen in the Caroni, tourism transport, the maxi drivers, the tour operators will all suffer, and ultimately, when the cruise ships stop coming, the port with all the bunkering services and all the other ancillary services that are related to the arrival of a cruise ship will suffer. I'm asking you to do something before it's too late. I'm also asking everyone to speak up and denounce the people doing this, condemn their behavior loudly, shame and disgrace them. The next time you hear wild meat party, say no. Most of the meat is illegal and none of it is sustainable. Everyone should be saying, somebody should do something about this, then realize that everybody is somebody. We can all do something about this. Look how beautiful it all is.